game I was like this, stress levels were through the roof, but hey, we managed to see it through, get a point, and lads, we're top of the table again. Hello and welcome to another episode of Hollie's Hotspurs, and today I'll be talking about that 0-0 draw against Chelsea at the Bridge. If you're new to the channel, please hit a like on this video, comment you thought the game below and hit that subscribe button. The goal is to try and hit 600 subscribers before Christmas. We're only 19 away, I believe, so if you are new, please remember to hit it, would mean the world. So there's speculation throughout the week whether who's going to start in this game, and one of those people I'd like to have seen on the bench, because I don't think he would have started, was Dele Alli. Unfortunately, before the game started, about 2 hours before, he did post this video, so my suspicions were that he wasn't going to be involved in today's game, which I think was a bit of a shame considering he always gets up for a fight against Chelsea at the Bridge. Nevertheless, we also had that problem of who was going to slot into Toby Alderweireld's place. Would it be Sanchez, who terrifies the living day out of me, or would it be Tanganga or Rodon? So let's take a look at the lineup. We start with Hugo Boss in goal, which I think he was a bit ill, but he took a paracetamol and he looked alright afterwards. We then had Serge Aurier, which I must admit, I am going to eat my words throughout this video about him. We then had Rodon and Dyer as a centre-back partnership, which I think I was pretty happy with. And then we had Reguilon out in left-back. We then had Højbjerg, the man I'm always comfortable about when he's starting in CDM, with Sissoko, Ndomble just in front. And then a front three of Son, Bergwijn and Kane up top. It was a very exciting lineup. And not too bad on the bench. We also had Vinicius, Bale, Lucas, Davies, Hart, Celso and Sanchez on the bench. Obviously no Winksy, after I'd like to point out in the week he did score that 50-yard screamer. I don't want to be hearing nobody saying that he never passes the ball forward. Whether he meant that to go in or not, it was a pass forward, alright. But we see no Winksy in the lineup today. Personally, I think it was probably the best possible lineup we could have considering the likes of Toby not being there. So I was feeling slightly optimistic and happy. Game kicks off and it's kind of cagey, and I feel like that was going to be the theme throughout the whole game. And it turned out it was. Sitting off like we normally kind of do in these types of games and allowing Chelsea to put pressure on us. But give us credit, again, like against Man City last week, we were keeping our compact shape. We were keeping compact and trying to nick the ball whenever we can. Like I said, I'd probably be eating my words today about Serge Aurier, and in 6 minutes he was showing his cool, calm nature, which is very unlike Serge Aurier, and just chests it back to Hugo to allow him to pick up the ball and play it out from the back. The 8th minute, we start off from the blocks. It's a cool, calm interception from Sonny to the middle where he finds Bergwijn running down, who passes it out to Reguilon. The first time cuts it back to Kane. Into the pass of Stevie B, but Stevie B just can't unwrap his feet. He hits it goalwards and it just goes over. So again, we were shown intent from the off. Obviously, today was Rodon's first start in the Premier League. And like all players, I think you'd be a bit jittery to start off with. And this was kind of evident in the 11th minute when, rather than playing it nice, calm and out and simple, he kind of does too much to it and gets dispossessed. Obviously, allows Chelsea to counter-attack. They managed to find Werner at the back post just waiting. He smashes it, hits the post and it rolls across the back of the net. And I feel like we're 1-0 down. But the flag is risen and he is offside. It was a beautiful goal and a good move from Chelsea, and honestly, it was Rodon led to that goal coming about. But luckily for Chelsea, it was offside. A very good lucky escape for us. We get a corner in the 14th minute after Bergwijn hits a lovely ball in from deep into the box where it hits Bergwijn, but it comes off Thiago Silva and goes out for a corner. The corner comes in, it's cleared by Chelsea fairly well, but it falls to Serge. Serge has a shot, but it's deflected again. We pick the ball up again. There's a 1-2 between another player and Serge. Serge gets it back. He fires it. This time it breaks through the Chelsea defence. Fires straight to Mendy, but Mendy pulls off a very good save. Again, in the 26th minute, there's a lovely bit of build-up play. Solly finds the ball at the edge of the box. He shifts it, left foot, right foot, manages to weave a little bit and then sees Bergwijn, but he fires it straight at Bergwijn and Bergwijn is unable to control it. I thought Bergwijn had not a very good game today. I was intrigued to why he stayed on the pitch for so long, but Jose obviously believes in him, so I believe in Jose. But for me, I think he should have come off earlier and Lucas come on. On the 27th minute, I thought we were going to go 1-0 down when Mount manages to shift the ball, drives past Sissoko with ease, has a shot, but it just goes wide. Again, we tried to stay compact throughout the most of the game, and the first half especially, I think we did it very well. The trouble was the first half, it was very cagey. And neither team really wanted to go on the attack in case they left themselves too open, because both teams are very good on the counter. But luckily for us, Chelsea just really couldn't finish their dinner in the first half. I think the real highlight of the first half is probably Ndombele's play. I mean, Twinkle Toes is out and about again. Take a look at this. just passes play with ease. I say every game he plays now, he's just showing his potential, and it's great to see. We've waited so long, but it's finally happening. Yes, I've been very impressed with Tanguy again today. On the 35th minute, we're kind of a bit out of position, causing Dyer to go out and meet Tammy on the left-hand side. And this is when I get a bit nervous, okay? When there's a player running at Dyer in the box, alarm bells go off in my head. Luckily for us, he doesn't bring him down and it goes out for a corner. Corner doesn't really come to anything, so we escape once again. I'd just like to highlight Rodon really eased into the game. Obviously, he had those first jitters right at the start, and I think as the game progressed, he eased in a lot better. He was winning a lot of the balls in the air. Chelsea had this habit of playing the ball early. I think sometimes that works, but for us, it kind of helped us because we were just able to intercept the ball from a header quite easily. There was a moment where the ball was pinged into the box, and he had to get in front of Tammy Abraham, and luckily he manages to do so. That's it for the first half. Like I said, both teams were very cagey. Both teams kind of stepped off. Chelsea like to have run the play a bit more. They like to have more possession, which I think we all kind of knew was going to start off from Jose's style of play. We kind of knew we were just going to soak it up and then hit him on the counter-attack. Lucky though, we didn't actually find the target. We weren't really taking our chances very well. But then again, Thiago Silva at the back, I didn't even realise he was 36, was doing the business for Chelsea. Second half kicks off and alarm bells are ringing. I've just endured 45 minutes of bum twitching. I've got to endure another 45 minutes of bum twitching and sweating. Ball comes in, Werner is there to meet it. He takes it down, swivels on it, has a shot, but it goes wide. Again, it just highlights that Chelsea could whip a ball in and we were kind of under pressure. I think not having Toby as that presence and demanding figure at the back was starting to show in the second half. Bergwijn again for me was doing too many touches, not playing the simple ball, and just, I don't know, I don't think it was happening for Bergwijn today. It just wasn't there. The main man for Chelsea that was giving me palpitations and heart attacks was Reece James. His balls from right hand side into our box were incredible. I mean, if they had Giroud on from the start of that second half, I think he probably would have buried those chances away. Tammy Abraham wasn't doing so well as their striker today. On the 58th minute though, I thought I'd fall into our lap. There was a bit of miscommunication between Conte and Mendy, and I thought Kane was going to nip in and try and nick it off. It was going to turn into a FIFA goal, I think. In foot champs, you would be throwing your controller. But luckily for us, they managed to sort it out quickly and get the ball away. 64th minute, Tanguy comes off, and I think it was a good sub to make. I think he's had another brilliant game. I think more minutes in the tank. He's still trying to build up his fitness, I think. And I think Jose knows that, and we bring Lo Celso on. I've always said, I think Dyer's got so much better in the centre-back role. But I think that's because he's got Toby there just to help him out. And I think today he was making some silly decisions from the back. There was one chance in the 64th minute, we just kind of like, I don't even know what he's done with the ball. Rather than loofing it over, he's just drilled it and it's gone straight into the path. Chelsea player, that Chelsea player finds the edge. But luckily for us, once again, we got off the hook because he skies it over the bar. Much of the second half, it was pretty much Chelsea, but when we did get the ball, we did look threatening, but we just didn't really do anything with it. There wasn't enough attacks in the second half. We played a lot better in the first half, I thought. Second half, we just dropped off the pace a little bit, allowed Chelsea to just come at us even more, and it was stressing me out even more. I don't know how I even managed to watch the whole game. 73rd minute, alarm bells are ringing because the man Giroud comes on, and we all know that Giroud likes to score towards the end of the game when he comes on because he just does. In the 80th minute, we see Mount with the ball. He's driving towards our box, and Højbjerg just kind of stands there, same as Sissoko. I don't know if it was a miscommunication of who was going to go, who wasn't. Mount has a shot, and Hugo manages to palm it out for a corner. I mean, he hasn't really done a lot all game because Chelsea's chances haven't really equated to hitting the target very often. So Hugo again is awake, manages to make the save, it goes out for corner, doesn't really happen, turns into much. 82nd minute, Sonny tries to have a go. He's like, it's a weird place to shoot. He's like in the box, but pretty much in line with the corner flag if he just steps out maybe a couple of yards. Has a shot and Mendy is forced into a save. I don't know whether it was going to go in or not. It's a very weird angle. It was a very odd angle to shoot from. It has a go and Mendy saves it. We then see plus 4 minutes. Davies at this moment in time is actually on the pitch. Lucas is also on the pitch at this time. 92nd minute, I thought I was going to eat all my good praise that I'd been saying about Rodon when he goes to head it back to Lloris, but Giroud is waiting. He doesn't put it with enough force on it. Giroud is there. He poises. He has a shot, and Hugo manages to save it. I think Giroud just snatched at it too early. But luckily for us, like I said, we don't go 1-0 down in the late stages. We then have a chance ourselves in the 93rd minute when Lo Celso gets the ball outside the box. He's got players in the box he could pass to, has a shot himself, and just kind of wastes it. Then the final whistle goes and I can breathe. Gutting that we didn't get 3 points, but I think with the caginess and the nature of the game, the way it went, I think to get a point at the Bridge is pretty decent. If you look at the game last year, where we lost. It's an improvement, and we're back at the top of the league, so it's not all doom and gloom. So next week in the North London derby. Should be a cracker. Hopefully we're on our A game. Thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed a bit more than that game that we've just witnessed. But until next time, come on you Spurs.